Welcome all of you in this tutorial of stock data sentiment analysis. In this tutorial, we use Twitter data of the stock and try to see the sentiments behind the stock and try to see again, is it our stock price increasing or decreasing. So let's first of all we import all basic libraries, and here is our data. Our data contains two columns only. First is tweet column and second is sentiment. The sentiment consists of two class only, that is positive sentiment and negative sentiment. Here is one is assigned to positive sentiment and -1 is assigned to negative sentiment. If there is sentiment is 1, then we can say our there is possibility of stock price is increasing, and if there is a negative sentiment, that is nothing but -1, then there is a positive possibility of stock price is decreasing. So let's go for sentiment analysis. First of all, we go for data exploration. For that, we try to set the parameters of our figure. So let's execute our code. Now we go for data exploration. Here we do or try to obtain pie chart of our sentiments. Here we can see 64% of the sentiments are positive and 36% of the sentiments are negative. Here we can see 1 is nothing but 1 is 64% and -1 is only 36%. After data exploration, we go for text cleaning, that is nothing but data cleaning. Tweets contain only slag words. Tweets contain many slag words and punctuation marks. We need to clean our tweets before they can be used for any machine learning algorithm for training it. However, before cleaning the tweets, let's divide the data set into features and labels. Here we can see our features contain our tweets and our labels contain our sentiment. Our feature set will consist of tweets only. If we look at our data set, the first column contains the tweet text. Our label set will consist of sentiment of the tweet that we have to predict. The sentiment of tweet is in second column. To create features and label set, we can use ilog method of the pandas data frame. So let's execute our code. Now this is main part of our data cleaning. We go for that. We start by removing all special characters from tweets. The regular expression, here we can see this is the regular expression which is used for removing the all special characters. We remove all single characters left as a result of removing all special characters. After removing the special characters, the single character are left. That's why we have to remove that also. So we remove single characters by using this expression. So we have to use this. This is actually all code which is used for data cleaning in text analysis. So here we use this regular expression. For instance, we remove special character like from Rishi's and replace it by space, then we left as Rishi and S. Here we can see this is the example. If there is Rishi's and we replace it with a space, then there is a inverted comma is removed from that, and we can see there is only left space because our special character inverted comma is removed. So here we have here it is a no meaning, so we have to remove it by replacing a single character with a space. However, we replace a single character with a space, the multiple spaces are created. Therefore, we replace all multiple spaces with a single space using this expression. This is the required expression to remove all the single characters. This is the required expression to remove all the multiple spaces. After removing single character, spaces are remaining, so we have to remove that multiple spaces. That's why we use this multiple space expression for removing substituting these multiple spaces with a single space. After that, if your text string is it in bytes format, a character B is appended with a string. Here we can see this is the required expression for that. So finally, the text is converted into a lowercase using this lower command. You can see for this is the required expression for converting our text into lowercase. This is the required or necessary command. That is nothing but we have to convert our text into a lowercase. So this is the actual required cleaning of our text. This is the required code or required procedure for cleaning our text, that is nothing but tweets. Let's execute our code. Our code is executed here. This is our required clean text. Here we can see there is no any single character or no any punctuation mark, etc., etc. Like this is our clean data, our clean tweets. You can see. Now we go for applying TF-IDF using sklearn library. Python sklearn library contains a TF-IDF vectorizer class that can use to convert text feature into a TF-IDF feature vector. We define the maximum feature should be 2500. Here we define maximum feature in the argument of the text TF-IDF vectorizer. Here we give maximum feature as 2500, which means that only use the 2500 most frequent occurring words to create the bag of word feature vector. The words that occur less frequently are not very useful for classification. That's why we have to give this argument in TF-IDF vectorizer. Similarly, maximum DF, that is nothing but maximum document frequency, specifies that, here we can see it is 7, specifies that only use those words that occur in minimum 80% of the document. Here we can see maximum DF. We can say it specifies that only use those words that occur in a maximum 80% of the document. The words that occur in documents are too common and are not very useful for classification. The words that occur in all documents are too common and are not very useful for classification. Similarly, minimum DF, minimum document frequency, said to be 7, which shows that include words that occur at least in 7 documents. Okay, so let's execute our code. This is the required code for converting our text data to the numeric data using TF-IDF method. So now we are going to divide our data into training and testing set. After that, we are going to train our model using random forest classifier. It is obtained from sklearn NSsymbol library. Here we give n estimator equals to 200. That is nothing but total number of decision trees. We can say total number of decision trees. So our code is still executed here. We have to wait some time. After that, we are going for making prediction using this model on test dataset and try to see the sentiments or try to see our model accuracy using confusion matrix and accuracy score. Our model is still running, so we have to wait for some time. Again, after that, we use another method of converting our text data to the numeric data, that is count vectorizer, and try to see difference between count vectorizer and TF-IDF vectorizer accuracy. So let's see. First of all, we have to wait for some time. For that, sorry guys, it requires some time for training our model. So this is the required code for training our algorithm using random forest classifier. It is obtained from sklearn library, and these are the n estimated nothing but total number of decision trees you should want to be in this random forest. So our code is executed. Now we go for making prediction on the test dataset. Now we check our accuracy using confusion matrix and accuracy score. Here we can see our model having accuracy up to 78%. It is quite good. So this is the confusion matrix. The diagonal elements are well classified data and off diagonal elements are misclassified data. But our model gives somehow better accuracy, that is 78% of accuracy. You can use any another machine learning algorithm like support vector machine, KNN, decision tree. Choice is yours. You can choose any machine learning algorithm which is well fitted to your data. So let's go for count vectorizer. Here we convert our text data to numeric data using count vectorizer. Now let's go for obtaining the features and labels again. I already explained the feature set contain tweets only and labels contain our sentiment. Now we go for cleaning our text. This is the required procedure I already explained for cleaning our text. So let's execute our code. This is the required clean text. This is the clean text. Now we apply count factorizer on that to obtain our numeric data, which is used for machine learning algorithm. We use count factorizer class from sklearn feature extraction text library. There are some important parameters that are required to be passed to the constructor of class. The first parameter is maximum feature parameter, that is set to be 1500. This is because when you convert words to numbers using the back of words approach, all unique words in the documents are converted into feature. All the documents can contain thousands of unique words, but the words that have very low frequency of occurrence are usually not good parameter for classification. Therefore, we set the maximum feature parameter to be 1500, which means that we want to use 1500 most occurring words as a feature for train our machine learning algorithm, that is nothing but train our classification model. The next parameter is minimum DF, minimum document frequency, and it has set to be 5. This corresponds to minimum number of documents that should contain this feature. So we only include those words that occur in at least 5 documents. So we only include those words that occurred in at least 5 documents. Similarly, maximum DF feature, this value is set to be 0.7, in which the fraction, it is actually a fraction. Here 0.7 means that we should include only those words that occurred in a maximum of 70% of the document. Maximum of 70% of the documents. So words that occur in almost every document, words which occur in almost every document are usually not suitable for classification because they do not provide any unique information about the documents. Because words which are very common, which does not useful for our classification algorithm. So for that we have to give these arguments. We set here actually these arguments. Finally, we remove the stop words from our text, since in the case of sentiment analysis, stop words may not contain any useful information. To remove the stop words, we pass the stop word object from NLTK corpus library, that is stop words parameter. Here we can see we give some stop words. This is the stop word argument. So let's execute our code. Now our text data is converted into numerical data using count factorizer. Now we divide our data set into a training and testing. For training our algorithm on machine learning, that is nothing on random forest classifier. Here we again use random forest classifier. I suggest that you can use any another algorithm like support vector machine, another algorithm like KNN, NeoBayes, anything you want. So for classification you can choose anything, any one algorithm from your machine learning algorithms. So we have to wait for some time because our algorithm is still running. So we have to wait for that. Here we use count factorizer, but before that we use TF-IDF factorizer and try to see accuracy. Its accuracy is about 78%. This is the accuracy you can see. Here we apply count factorizer. Now we are going for, here we apply TF-IDF factorizer. You can see here. Now we go for count factorizer. So this is still our model is running, so we have to wait for some time. Here we just changes that we use numerical data obtained by using count factorizer, and in this and the above algorithm you can see here we use numerical data obtained from TF-IDF factorizer. So we can see now we go for prediction by using our model. So now we check our accuracy of our model by using confusion matrix and accuracy score. Here we can see our accuracy is like same as above, 78%. So this is the required confusion matrix or accuracy score obtained by using the random forest classifier. Here we can see, here we use two different methods to converting our text data to the numeric data and try to see accuracy of the sentiment analysis. The first model using TF-IDF factorizer give us accuracy about 78%, and again we use count vectorizer and try to see accuracy of our sentiment analysis, and it give us accuracy of 78% again. You can choose any machine algorithm to classification of the sentiments. After this model, you have to just pass these tweets from our model and try to see, is it our output is 1 or not, is it our sentiment is 1 or not. When we pass the tweet, when we pass the tweets from our model and our answer is 1, our model gives answer as 1, then we can say there is possibility of stock price is increasing. When we pass some tweets from our model and try to see the sentiment and it gives -1, then we can say there is a decrease in the stock price. So this is the required sentiment analysis using Twitter data on stock price. So thank you all of you. Please subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon to get notification of my new videos, and stay tuned, and thank you